Are you the master of your mind or its slave? We often walk through life believing we're in control, that our thoughts and decisions are purely our own. We make plans, set goals, and navigate the world, assuming our minds are our loyal servants, ready to execute our will. But what if that's an illusion? What if beneath the surface, many of us are actually living in mental slavery, unknowingly bound by the very instrument that promises us freedom, our own mind? Consider this: when anxiety spirals, when negative self-talk dictates your actions, or when a fleeting distraction pulls you away from your most important tasks, who's really in charge? Is it you consciously choosing these outcomes, or is your mind in its unmastered state running the show? The illusion of control. For many on the path of self-discovery, particularly within practices like Sri Anand Yoga, the mind is understood as the primary instrument for progress. It's the lens through which we perceive reality, the engine of our creativity, and the vehicle for our spiritual journey. Yet for most of us, this powerful instrument operates on autopilot, driven by ingrained habits, past experiences, and external influences rather than our conscious direction. We mistakenly believe we're the masters because we can think. But thinking isn't the same as directing your thoughts. True mastery isn't about having thoughts. It's about choosing which thoughts to entertain, which emotions to fuel, and which impulses to act upon. Without this conscious control, our minds become a playground for every passing whim, fear, or societal expectation. This isn't freedom. It's a subtle yet profound form of bondage, breaking the chains, reclaiming your inner authority. Recognizing this slavery is the first crucial step towards genuine liberation. It's an awakening to the fact that you possess an incredible power waiting to be wielded. Imagine if your mind truly worked for you, aligning with your highest intentions, propelling you forward on your chosen path, and fostering inner peace regardless of external circumstances. This isn't about suppressing thoughts or becoming emotionless. It's about cultivating awareness, observing your thoughts and feelings without immediately identifying with them. It's about creating a conscious pause between stimulus and reaction. It's about understanding that while thoughts will always arise, you get to decide their power over you. The journey to becoming the master of your mind, especially within the framework of Sri Anand Yoga, involves deliberate practices. It means mindfulness, anchoring yourself in the present moment, observing your mental landscape without judgment; discernment, learning to distinguish between constructive thoughts and those that hinder your progress; conscious choice, actively choosing your responses rather than being swept away by automatic reactions. When you begin to exercise this inner authority, you'll find that the slavery begins to dissolve. The anxieties lose their grip, distractions diminish, and your actions become more aligned with your true purpose. You'll stop being a passenger in your own life and start navigating with intention. Are you ready to truly master your mind and unlock the incredible freedom that lies within? The path forward begins with this profound realization: the golden question, who will bell the cat? Here we arrive at the heart of the matter, the golden question that separates true progress from endless frustration. Who exactly will master this unruly mind? Will our inner soul simply step in and do the work for us? Will the divine, or God, miraculously grant us instant mental serenity? The resounding answer, often uncomfortable but profoundly liberating, is no. Neither our inherent spiritual essence, nor any external divine intervention will do the heavy lifting for us when it comes to mastering the mind. They may at best offer potential, guidance, and ultimate purpose, but the action is undeniably ours. We, each one of us, must embark on this journey ourselves. The paradox of self-mastery, mind controlling mind. But this immediately begs another deeper question: who is this we? Let's pause here for a profound moment of reflection. If we are to master our mind, it implies that we must use our mind to control our mind. This seems utterly paradoxical, doesn't it? And indeed it is. We failing to recognize and deeply understand this intricate dynamics at play within us is precisely why so many theories and techniques for mind control ultimately fall short. This isn't a simple task, nor can it be achieved through superficial means. It's not enough to simply wish for mind control. A sincere desire is a starting point, but desire alone has no power here. Nor should we fall into the mistaken belief that we possess an inherent power of mind control that we just need to switch on. And perhaps most importantly, we cannot rely solely on brute willpower. While often touted as the ultimate solution, willpower in isolation is like trying to lift a mountain with a spoon when dealing with the ingrained patterns of the mind. These approaches are frankly superficial, without a far deeper understanding. True and permanent control of our mind demands an in-depth comprehension of its inner mechanisms. It requires us to move beyond conventional notions and embrace specialized techniques offered by Sri Anand Yoga. It's through this nuanced and deliberate application that we can navigate the paradox and genuinely become the masters of our own minds, breaking free from its subtle yet pervasive slavery. The 60-second challenge, Unmasking the Mind's Master. Want to put this slavery of mind hypothesis to the test? Let's conduct a simple yet profoundly revealing experiment. Find a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed. Settle in comfortably, close your eyes, and for just 60 seconds, try to hold your mind in a state of complete thoughtlessness. Don't try to force anything, just aim for a clear, empty mental space. Go ahead, try it now. So how did you do? If you're like most people, you probably found it nearly impossible. Even for a mere minute, thoughts likely flooded your awareness. Worries, plans, memories, judgments, a grocery list, or even just random snippets of songs. This isn't a failure. It's a powerful demonstration that our minds are constantly, relentlessly active. They're like an untamed wild horse, galloping in every direction, rather than a disciplined steed guided by our will. The evolutionary paradox from asset to obstacle. Don't feel bad about this natural inclination. In fact, this relentless mental activity has served humanity incredibly well. Our ability to think, plan, anticipate, and problem solve is precisely what propelled us from an earlier, more animalistic state to our current evolutionary peak. It's how we built civilizations, developed technologies, and navigated complex social structures. Our constantly churning minds were once an absolute evolutionary advantage. However, what was once our greatest asset has, for many of us, now become a limitation. In the modern world, this constant mental chatter often leads to overwhelm, anxiety, and a deep sense of disconnection from our inner peace and true purpose. It prevents us from truly focusing, from experiencing the present moment, and from consciously choosing our responses to life. The very quality that brought us this far now hinders our ability to march forward on our life path with clarity, intention, and joy. The time has come to outgrow this quality, not to eliminate thought, but to master its flow. It's time to transform our minds from relentless masters into willing instruments, ready to serve our highest aspirations. This shift is the next stage of our evolution, a journey from unconscious mental slavery to conscious inner freedom. Before we dive into the true path of mastering your mind, it's crucial to dismantle a common misconception. Many believe that genuine mental peace can only be found by escaping the world, but this approach often creates an illusion rather than true control. Let's explore why traditional retreats, while seemingly appealing, fail to deliver lasting mastery over our inner world. The practice of Sri Anand Yoga explicitly rejects this conventional wisdom. Let us see how. The flawed retreat. Why escaping the world won't master your mind. Before we explore genuine solutions, let's confront a long-held, yet often ineffective conventional practice for mind control: retreating from the world. Many traditions suggest that to quiet the mind, one must withdraw into seclusion, perhaps a remote cave on a distant hill, far from the daily hustle and bustle of our routine lives. The idea is that by removing ourselves from external distractions, we can finally achieve inner peace and mastery over our thoughts. However, this practice, while seemingly appealing, often only provides an illusion of true control. Here's why. The invisible baggage. By physically withdrawing from the chorus of the world, we are not inherently gaining mastery over our mind. We are merely seeking temporary relief from its external triggers. The truth is, we invisibly carry our mental baggage with us wherever we go. Even in the most serene, isolated cave, our ingrained thought patterns, unresolved emotions, anxieties, and inner mind games are still very much active. Outwardly, all might appear peaceful, but internally, the same mental circus can continue unabated. You might escape the noise of the city, but you can't escape the noise within you simply by changing your location. Impracticality for the many. On a practical level, this approach is simply not feasible for the vast majority of humanity. It's unrealistic to expect every individual to abandon their responsibilities, families, and livelihoods to live in isolation. True solutions must be accessible and applicable within the context of everyday life. The path through life. Most importantly, for practices like Sri Anand Yoga, the path to mastery does not lead away from the world. It leads through this world. Our growth and spiritual evolution are meant to unfold amidst our daily experiences, interactions, and challenges. The goal isn't to create an artificial bubble of peace, but to cultivate an unshakable inner calm and mental command that withstands the very real pressures and demands of existence. Genuine mind mastery isn't about escaping reality. It's about transforming your relationship with reality, allowing you to navigate its complexities with a clear, controlled, and liberated mind. The true cave we need to enter is not external, but internal, a space of deep self-awareness and conscious transformation, right here, right now, wherever we are. The corporation of our mind. Unveiling your inner departments. Imagine your mind not as a singular entity, but as a bustling corporation. It's a complex organization with various departments and specialized staff, each playing a distinct role in how you perceive, process, and react to the world. While the reality is far more intricate, simplifying this structure helps us grasp the profound mechanisms at play and understand where our mental slavery truly originates. For our purposes, let's categorize the core operations of your mind into 4 key departments, plus a separate, yet deeply interconnected entity: the departments of your mind. The grasper mind, your sensory intake departments. Function. This is your primary intake departments. The grasper mind is constantly receiving raw data through your senses. What your eyes see, what your ears hear, the scents your nose picks up, the tastes on your tongue, and the sensations your skin feels. Its initial job is to quickly assess and make a preliminary sense of all this incoming information. Think of it as the raw data collector and initial filter, providing the basic building blocks of your experience. The intellectual mind, your AI-powered solutions department. Function. Once the grasper mind provides its input, the intellectual mind takes over. This department's job is to analyze, process, and generate solutions or understandings based on that input, leveraging the intricate machinery of your brain. Each individual's intellectual mind possesses a unique capacity for reasoning, logic, and problem solving. In many ways, it operates much like an advanced artificial intelligence, constantly crunching data to produce coherent thoughts, ideas, and strategies. The storyteller mind, your narrative creation department. Function. This is arguably the most crucial department for our discussion on mental mastery. The storyteller mind's relentless job is to weave a narrative, a continuous, often compelling story, out of all the inputs it receives from both the grasper mind and the intellectual mind. This department works tirelessly without stopping for a second. Even when you're in a deep sleep and your intellectual and grasper minds are muted, the storyteller mind is still active, creating the vivid worlds of your dreams. The paradox of the storyteller. Historically, this function has been incredibly beneficial, evolving us from our ancient, instinct-driven existence to our sophisticated modern minds. It allowed us to anticipate, plan, and create meaning. The significant challenge, however, is that the storyteller mind operates largely on its own. We cannot simply command it to stop its incessant weaving. It's like a genie, capable of conjuring helpful and inspiring tales, but also prone to becoming a silent, pervasive nuisance when left unchecked. Reality optional. An interesting and often problematic characteristic of our storyteller mind is that its stories don't always have to be genuinely realistic or accurate. It can invent, exaggerate, or distort, shaping your perception of reality based on its own internal algorithms and, as we'll see, another powerful influence. Emotional clouds, the fuel for the storyteller. Beyond these three operational departments, we have a distinct and powerful entity that profoundly influences our inner world: emotional clouds. These aren't directly part of the mind departments, but exist as a separate, energetic layer. Whenever we experience emotions of any kind, be it joy, sadness, excitement, anger, hurt, resentment, or love, the raw energy generated by these emotions doesn't just dissipate. Instead, it gets absorbed and stored within these emotional clouds, reinforcing and strengthening them. These clouds vary in their energetic colors and density, depending on the types of emotions they're fed upon. Crucially, our storyteller mind primarily taps into and uses these accumulated emotional clouds as its primary fuel and palette for its narrative creation. A cloud of fear might lead to stories of impending doom, while a cloud of past hurt could trigger tales of victimhood or revenge. Understanding this intricate interplay between your mind's departments and these powerful emotional reservoirs is the first step towards truly recognizing the chains that bind you. It sets the stage for how Sri Anand Yoga offers a practical internal path to reigning in the storyteller and dissolving the influence of unmastered emotions. Here's the crucial and often unseen truth. These emotional clouds are like semi-living, independent entities whose existence is deeply attached to your own life field. They behave much like parasites, constantly seeking nourishment from the emotions your heart generates. To achieve this, an emotional cloud must trigger you to feel something new. For this purpose, it ingeniously enlists the help of your storyteller mind, which is perpetually ready to weave a narrative even from the most minute inputs received from the grasper mind and your vast reservoir of past memories. If these emotional clouds don't get fresh food from new emotions, they gradually become weak and dormant. But here's the catch: they never truly die. They persist, constantly seeking opportunities to re-energize themselves. They will subtly, almost imperceptibly, try to find ways to evoke you into spurting the volcano of emotions. With the assistance of your ever-active storyteller mind, they may conjure up different, highly engaging scenarios, past regrets, future anxieties, perceived slights, or even exciting fantasies, all designed to stir your emotional pot. And here lies the most insidious part of their influence. We subconsciously get sucked into this intricate play, and without realizing it, we begin feeling these emotions as if they are genuinely our own, spontaneously generated reactions. This cycle perpetuates the emotional clouds, strengthening their hold and reinforcing the very slavery we're trying to break free from. Understanding this intricate interplay between your mind's departments and these powerful emotional reservoirs is the first step towards truly recognizing the chains that bind you. It sets the stage for how Sri Anand Yoga offers a practical, internal path to reigning in the storyteller and dissolving the pervasive influence of unmastered emotions. These are just the initial steps to have our own designer destiny.